always, sometimes we call it native VLAN. Okay. So all the ports on the switch, when you turn the switch on the first time, when it is clean and nothing is on the switch, then all the ports on the switch is under this VLAN, which is called VLAN 1. This is a built-in VLAN. You cannot delete it. You cannot get rid of it. It's going to be there all the time. Okay? You can disable it. All right? You can shut it down. You can turn it on. You can turn it off. You can do whatever you want. But you cannot delete it. Okay? All the ports belong to that VLAN. So what we did is we took this and we created another VLAN, which we called it VLAN 99, and that we called it management VLAN. So what is a management VLAN? It's a VLAN that we're going to use to connect to the switches. So let's say, for example, we have a scenario like this. So I have a switch, another switch. So I have 3 switches: switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and this one connects to this one. This one is connected to that one, and this one is connected to another switch, which is switch 4. Okay. So this is a trunk, a trunk, a trunk. So how are you going to program these 4 switches? Well, you can console to each switch. Okay, to program the switch initially. So you do need to do that initially, of course. You need to console to every single switch and configure that switch. All right? Once we're done with that, then to configure all the other stuff on the switch, like the ports, the VLANs, and all of that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a management, a VLAN, and you can give it any name you want. We give it any number you want. We'll just call it 99. And we're going to call it management so that we know what it is or what is it used for. All right? And let's say, for example, I'm going to connect my PC here, and I want to telnet to this switch, I want to telnet to this switch, I want to telnet to this switch, I need to telnet to this switch. So to telnet to these different switches, first of all, for any telnet you need an IP address. So I'm going to set up every one of these with an IP address. So 192.168.1.10, 192.168.1.11. 192.168.1.12, 192.168.1.13. So what I need to, let's say this is port F0/22. So I need to move port F0/22 to VLAN 99. Okay, so that it belongs to that VLAN. And I have to set up VLAN 99 on every single switch. Okay. So every switch must have that VLAN, which is called VLAN 99. All right. Now, if I'm not going to take a piece of Ethernet cable and plug it in on any one of these switches to access that switch, I don't need to move a port to that VLAN. You could just leave those VLANs with no ports. But the one that where you're going to connect the PC with an Ethernet port to access this switch or anyone else, you need to move it to VLAN 99. And you do that, it's in the handout. You're going to tap in inside the interface. You're going to say switch port mode access, and then switch port access. When I say switch port access VLAN 99, basically I put that port into VLAN 99. So it will move from here. It's going to go away from VLAN. Everything else is still on what? VLAN 1. All the other ports are still on VLAN 1. I just moved this port and I put it on VLAN 99. And that's it. And then the other thing you have to do is you have to you treat this VLAN like an interface. Just like you have an interface, this VLAN becomes an interface. You go inside interface VLAN 99, and then you put in an IP address. You could say no shutdown if you want, exit. So you're gonna go into every one of these switches and tap in this. And then after that, from this PC, I can say telnet to whatever. If I want to telnet to this one, I can say telnet 192.168.1.10, and then I will be able to access that switch. Yeah.
I got a device sitting on switch 1 that wants to talk to a device on switch 4. They have to cross through VLAN 99 to get there.
No, a separate VLAN for those. This VLAN we set up now only for the telnet. Okay? Yeah. This
They can't talk to each other.
they cannot. This PC can only be used to telnet to these.
That's all.
That's all. You can't. They cannot go to any other port. They cannot do anything else. Okay. So, and the reason for that is because we did not include any ports into that VLAN 99.
Aren't you talking different switches between trunk ports?
Yes, that trunk port will carry all the traffic. So let's say, for example, if I have another VLAN, let's say VLAN VLAN 20 HR. So I have 2 ports in here in VLAN 20, which is HR. Okay, and I have also here HR, and here HR, and here HR, and those people, let's say for example, each one of these switches are in a building. This is a building. Each one of the switches in a different floor. Okay, so these people wants to, they all on the same network in different floors. Then the traffic, no problem. It's going to go out from here. Let's go through the trunk, and it's going to go here. Okay, also with my traffic too, but they don't mix with each other. They don't see each other. The two traffics are not seeing each other because the traffics are tagged with different VLAN numbers, so they stay away from each other.
So you cross through it, you don't see each other.
Yes, they don't see each other. The switch keep track. That's the next chapter with VLANs. It's gonna add an extra label to the frame.